Welcome to Overdrive AF, home of the Overdrive Fitness podcast. My name is Teddy Gerzon, and I'm joined by Gina Marie Gerzon.
A fully sleeved Gina Marie Gerzon because it's no longer 95 and humid.
Unfortunately. I feel like we didn't get to fully enjoy our summer.
Yeah.
So. As always, we're joined with Destroyer.
What's up?
And so this time we're recording on a Monday, as Destroyer was officiating a wedding this past Saturday.
Woo!
Yeah.
Add that to the resume.
Yeah.
So how was that? Was it awesome?
It was great. It was a really nice time. It felt safe. Everyone got COVID tested like the week before.
Was that the party favor?
It was a self-test, yeah.
Lean back.
But yeah, it went great. Ceremony was really nice. We live streamed it for all the family that couldn't be there on the day.
Awesome.
And yeah,
But the reception was on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Because it went wild.
Especially the garter toss.
I don't think Desi's telling us the whole story. I think there was a little bit of wildness there.
There's a lot of details that I feel like I should leave out for the people at
A little
home.
fuzzy.
But
Well, yeah, that's for the people that paid for the
That's for the
entertainment.
OnlyFans.
yeah, only they get to know. But yeah.
Was there a chuppah? We left that part of the family in the past. Didn't need to appease them.
Yeah.
Or is it because your sister-in-law's Irish, so
Yeah,
it was strictly
it was a
Catholic?
very Irish wedding. In every way but the religious sense.
What'd you say?
In every way but the religious sense, it was a very Irish wedding.
Did they
Well, that's
love
good.
the vows and did they love everything?
Yeah, they
Desi?
did their own personal vows. I had my own little sermon. It was
But they were really
very
happy.
personalized and very good.
Yeah. See, you did good, Des.
Yeah. Hire me.
Woo!
Knowing
Yeah, buddy.
the intelligence of the Lombardo family, we would probably need a thesaurus to get through translating the vows.
Between Desi just becoming this amazing officiant, like out of the blue, and his brother just winging the best man speech. I mean, between the two of them.
Yeah.
Hayden?
Yeah, we can call him out.
Yeah, what a
he
dick.
won it.
But again,
I
came
was
out awesome.
valedictorian.
Yeah.
I go to Yale.
If we're doing a speech class term, it was an impromptu
Woo,
speech.
I love it.
So even though it was probably like one of the best impromptu speeches we've probably ever laid ears upon, he's probably like, was it my best work? Felt a little pressured. It's a little more human than I expected. I threw in about 5 too many monosyllabic words. Brought down my IQ and on social media a little bit. I have a reputation to uphold.
Yeah.
But it's not about me.
Not enough power
It's about
pauses.
Shay and Eve.
That was the closing part of the speech.
Yeah.
was the self-critique.
Yes.
What a douche. I guess we can't always be perfect 100% of the time, right? Because he fell
No.
just short of a perfect score in SAT.
He wanted to leave a little bit of room for improvement.
Yeah.
He's
You know.
a masochist. He wants to heal all the problems that he had not solved.
So you're always working towards something, you know?
The self-loathing. So, yeah, great wedding. He had great
Yeah.
weather over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
They had a beautiful weekend.
Your family grew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yes.
you can really up the game on pranking your sister-in-law. She's got to be made feel like family.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You really have to mess with her.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out.
Blue dye in her conditioner bottle.
Oh, my God.
I like that.
Let's start with that. It's a solid.
Wow.
Yeah. Figure out ways to christen their new place
Mhm.
Yes.
in interesting and unique ways.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an awesome prank the other day. It's very thoughtful, actually, and I appreciate the craftsmanship, or even I should say the I guess the craftsmanship in pranking. So the person zip tied a harmonica in the engine bay of their friend's car.
What?
It drove the friend nuts for like 2 weeks. Like, where is this weird whistling coming from every time I drive?
Oh
And
my god.
The mechanic couldn't figure it out until they actually finally got it on a lift, and after a couple of days they saw the harmonica
That is
really
hysterical.
underneath and zip tied into the car.
Smart.
That's a
So
good
that's something
one.
you could steal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Solid move.
I like that.
All you would need is a jack. Zip tie. I mean, I have 100.
Yeah.
They are a very musically inclined family, though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe
It
they
might-
just
That's
like
why
it.
it
It
would
would
drive them even-
backfire.
That would drive them nuts. So they'd be like, "What is so off tune? What is so off pitch right now?" Does Neve play music?
Yeah.
See?
A
What's she play?
great fiddle player.
Wow.
Oh, steal her pitch pipe. Put her pitch pipe in the
Wow.
car.
Yeah.
There you go.
You got a whole band. They have a whole
Yeah.
band.
Or you shave off like 5 millimeters off like the D key on the pitch pipe.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness.
Perfect. We'll get her.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm sure.
So, yeah, school is now officially on for every school in at least Rockland County. I know Nanuet was the last one to start.
Mhm.
They start their hybrid schedule today. Half the school is going in like 2 days of the week, and then the other half goes in the other 2 days. Crazy times we're living in, but
Some virtual, some hybrid.
yes, football, cheerleading, and volleyball have been moved to the spring in the state of New York. So let's see how that is going to unravel, especially in the smaller schools where kids play multiple sports. So, yeah, I mean, some other
It's a whole new
updates.
normal. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
whole trying to figure out where to put things and
Whoops.
right.
And then New York City's allowed to have 25% capacity for indoor dining
Yeah.
as of September 30th.
And so, yeah.
I'm sure that's gonna go great.
Oh God.
No problems are gonna arise from that at
That's
all.
like they're not even. I mean, they'll be losing money at this point. Like,
Yeah.
25% capacity is nothing.
But like, I want to know, like, how are you gonna accommodate all the guys that love eating wings while watching football at Hustler? Like, there's just a lot going on, and
This is true.
I mean, a man can only eat so many wings, so I don't know. It's crazy.
Well,
'Cause I
people
think
have gotten
scores-
creative in these times, so you're gonna have to get creative.
Mm-hmm.
The light bulb's gonna have to be going off.
So let's get an update on jump shot quality and mileage.
Both took a bit of a break this week. I think, I don't know, I lost count of mileage when I ended up skipping Friday and Saturday and Sunday. But now that everything's cleared out of the backyard, I think I'll finally be able to start getting up my jump shot again.
All right.
And
Get
then
serious.
this week running will resume. But it took a break for wedding prep.
Festivities.
Yeah. Running and being an officiant and
Yeah.
drinking a lot with your family don't really mix that
But-
well.
Important.
Yeah. One had to win over the other.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
And
Running in a tux.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it.
But it was a
But-
rental. So I didn't want to go there.
I mean, the bow tie could stay. I
Yeah.
just, well, hey.
Like a Chippendales situation.
Woo!
well, Nike did make a suit for Mike Nolan when he was coaching the Niners, so he could wear it on the sidelines and not worry about sweating.
Oh, really?
That was pretty solid.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably the highlight of his head coaching career. He didn't do shit, but I mean, he was a coach in the NFL, so it does say a lot.
And Versace has now created a face
No,
mask.
Louis Vuitton. I think.
Oh, Louis Vuitton. I'm sorry. I apologize. One of those dem dare famous designers dare. $800 for the
Shit that I don't wear.
face masks.
I happen to think that stuff's ugly, but whatever.
Well, I mean, they're all prioritizing. They're jumping on the bandwagon. You know, right? They got now they have the bedazzledness. If you want to dress up your face mask now too.
Very important.
So yeah, this week's topic: sleep.
Sleep.
More specifically, centered around the fact that not only
structure.
is all
Sorry.
the workforce, the entire workforce, their schedule all messed up, but now students, because everything being online, literally everything. So why don't you dive into that a little more?
Well, so now we have some kids who are hybrid, some kids who are virtual, and of course the teachers who are maybe still going into the school but teaching from the classroom, and the children, teenagers are learning through their computer at home. I mean, I would definitely still suggest creating that structure. Start from the beginning, so set your clothes out the night before, set your alarm whenever you would normally wake up, brush your teeth, use the restroom, take a shower, or whatever the case. Maybe have your breakfast ready, make your coffee, set that that coffee timer on. Get into your normal routine. So just because you're home doesn't mean that we're kind of throwing the structure out the window. I would definitely use your phone, set those timers. So maybe from the night before, set those clothes out, fill up that water bottle because you're going to need it when you're sitting on the computer. Maybe get your breakfast ready from the night before if you make that overnight oats, or you need to crack those eggs and mix them up. Maybe you can cook those eggs the night before. Just get things ready. Maybe those of you that are used to packing a lunch, maybe still pack that lunch, or if you're used to kind of packing that Tupperware and heating it up in the microwave when you're at work. So maybe if you're working from home, I would still, maybe take out a plate, set that plate, fill your plate with what you normally would, wrap it up in maybe a plastic wrap, put it in the fridge, and then you can place that bad boy in the microwave and heat it up. Still have your lunch at, a reasonable hour when you normally would, and structure your day accordingly. So, use your timers, I would set the plan for the day. If you're working from home and you normally have certain chores that maybe the kids have set for themselves when they come home from school, or if there's certain chores or things that you like to do before you go to work, then maybe set a time during the day to get those done, so that you don't lose that momentum. Still take charge of the day and create that schedule for yourself. The structure is what's gonna, really make or break this new normal. Make or break your success during this new normal. Hopefully we find something that works for everybody, and most of us are creatures of habit anyway. I think once we kind of throw a wrench into the structure of what we're normally used to. So if the children are used to going to bed at 8 o'clock, don't lose that. Keep them, set at going to bed at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whenever that is. And if they need to get up by 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. or whatever that is, don't lose that. Maintain that structure. Keep them into the habit of their day-to-day. And, again, get the clothes set out the night before. Set your alarms, maybe put reminders on your phone. Okay, lunchtime, or time for chores, or time for homework, or whatever the case. Those of you that have sports related workouts, being that we have our OD app now, maybe at 3:30 or 3:15 or 2:30 or whenever you're done with school, at 2:30 maybe have a snack, and an hour later put your workout clothes on, get outside or get downstairs and follow that OD app and get your workout in. There's no reason why you can't maintain that structure, and I think that people tend to lose that once that wrench gets thrown into the mix. I think people tend to use that as the first line of excuses as to why they couldn't accomplish something, or why when there's a slight wave kind of thrown into that still pond, in a sense, where sometimes you just got to ride it and feel it out, let it happen, but just know that you're still standing, and you come out stronger from it. Growth is part of the process. Life is never always going to be easy, and it's never always going to be hard, and we make it hard because sometimes we end up choosing things that don't jive with the flow. So I don't know, something to add there, Teddy?
I'd say probably the biggest thing that everyone needs to focus on in getting better quality sleep right now, especially student athletes, is a digital detox right before they go to bed, because now they're spending 6 hours a day glued to their computer screen, on top of the fact that most kids are on their phones all day. So the second they get off that, they're on the computer screen literally all day. So I can only assume when they get off of it, they're going to want to dive into those digital drugs on their phone as soon as that ends. So let's say 9 to 3 they're on their computer, and then now they're on their phone for another 6 hours, but maybe it's not 6 consecutive. So and I'm not even just making that number up. I've heard a bunch of my athletes, I was like, have you checked your screen time? And they're like, yeah. I was like, I can't believe it was only 5.5 hours today, or 4.5 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. And I'm like, what? But and that's a daily average, actually. So some days are longer. But if you're having trouble sleeping and you're on, that your eyes are exposed to, which then means your brain's exposed to it too, to all this all this digital light, like coming from your computer and then your phone all the way till midnight, then it's going to really disrupt your sleep. So I would make a habit of trying not to touch any of that an hour before you go to bed. Unless, of course, you enjoy shitty sleep and shitty performance, then go for it, knock yourself out.
Well, it's also the constant changes too, like the flashing and the constant changes. It definitely does something to your brain. I don't know the specific terminology, but kind of moving away from all of that constant flashing of light and commercials and things like that, and that's I think that's what's so addictive to the brain too. Just getting away from all of that, what's the word? That rush. Just kind of put it to the side, and maybe I know maybe some of the younger kids aren't used to that, or whatever. And even some of the adults too. Just diving into a book or something similar to that. Maybe like, I don't know, a crossword puzzle or something. I don't know. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but something that's constructive, but it can allow you to kind of decompress. And that's why I talked about the structure so much, because it allows your body to stay in that natural rhythm of when you wake and sleep, and and you're still getting tired and around the same time, and your body kind of gets used to that ebb and flow.
That's all I really have as far as a simple tip on how to get better sleep, and I think you nailed a lot of it. But what keeps you up at night, Desi?
what keeps me up at night?
Yeah.
Oh, there's such a laundry list, but I mean, I
Let's
can
start with the biggest problem and work our way to smaller ones.
I don't know if we need to go into that, but if we want to talk about stuff to maybe do instead of watching TV or looking at your phone before sleep, I don't know if this is necessarily advisable, but I do like a round of like simple exercises before I go to bed.
Yeah, I
And
like
that normally,
almost
like-
like stretch, like certain like a flow, like a stretch flow.
Yeah,
or...
like a really low effort hit kind of thing.
Okay.
So
And actually there is research out there that does say that, I mean, it can kind of quiet, like it, because you push, you raise those endorphins, and then you have to mellow.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, and it gives me something to focus on instead of the stuff that keeps me up at night. So
No, I like that. It's good.
yeah, and
Thank you. That was
I haven't personally tried it, but the number of times that yoga has been recommended to me is huge.
The
so there's
breathing.
got to be something there.
Yes, I agree. The breathing aspect. So we're so big on the belly breathing, and right, Teddy? Wouldn't you say so? That not even just in the lifting aspect, but in general, the getting that 360 degrees of breath, you're oxygenating your body so much more and allowing yourself to kind of time the breath and control the inhale and the exhale. If we're breathing really fast and short, it naturally kind of raises our blood pressure, our fight or flight response is heightened, like all the stuff that kind of wakes you up in not a positive way, like in a negative way.
Right.
So like the slower breathing, and obviously when we sleep, we're breathing deeply and slowly. So it allows us to get into that deep sleep, and it tells your brain to relax, tells your body to relax.
Box breathing. That was another thing we used to tell our athletes a lot to do.
Oh, well, yeah.
Going into the belly breathing, I mean. So that's something that's simple that you could do. Get yourself to bed faster.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, sleep multiplier will help. Shameless plug to Prestige Labs.
Yeah.
But, obviously, we would only be talking about it if it works, which it does. So, I mean, we've had plenty of our members rave about how all of a sudden they're getting better sleep. So, especially if they're getting limited sleep, 4 or 5 or 6 hours as opposed to your 8 hours.
The sleep becomes more quality, even though it's a little under what we would truly want for them. But I think the quality of that time in that resting phase is more appropriate, and they feel like when they wake up, they feel like they were able to get that sleep. It's like 5 to 6 hours of crappy intermittent sleep, and then 5 to 6 hours of hit the REM button, get into those waves, and then you wake up and you're like, holy crap.
Yep. Of course, there's a bee flying right by me trying to put me to sleep. Not cool. And it's on my shoe.
I don't think you're allergic anymore.
Only one
Can
way to
never be
find
too
out.
Well,
safe.
We did kind of test that theory a few years ago. Several years
Stung
ago.
my middle finger.
It was like an FU.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's today's animal guest, since Titan and Praj
yes.
aren't here.
Yes. But they don't bring the honey, these ones. They
Right.
don't.
Yeah,
We
they're
would
just
like
assholes.
the honey. We would like, what do you have to offer?
Fear.
As we look at Don Corleone out like a light on his side. Total snooze. He is out. Our Overdrive cats.
They
He's
were
like the
calm.
guy on the couch from Half Baked.
Oh my god. Hysterical. he's so funny.
All right, so
yeah.
I think that about wraps up this episode.
Yeah, and we got a lot, right? So we had Desi's brother's wedding.
Destroyer.
Desi the Destroyer. Yeah, that was a solid celebratory weekend. We have Coach Kevin Mendoza. His birthday was September 13th. And then Coach Teddy, which is today, September 14th. I know you guys will be hearing it past tense, but we got a lot to celebrate this month.
A lot of birthdays in Overdrive.
A lot
this
of
month.
celebrations, yeah, in general.
It's also Owen Sullivan's birthday.
This is true.
Alessa's is coming up soon. She texted me this morning.
Yes, we have, oh my gosh, a lot of September birthdays. My God.
I know, I'm forgetting a bunch already.
Oh, Jeff Gartner, who is the 8th. Denicia DeChico, which is the 18th. Who? Gosh, we have, I could read them off to you.
Someone's is the 30th. It's slipping my mind right now.
Shut up.
Gina turns 27 on the 30th.
I will forever be 27. It's just 27. It's a good number.
Mm-hmm.
With experience.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
I've officially turned the age to where if I complete a task around the gym or the house, as far as hanging something up or fixing something that needs fixing, I put my hands on my hips, tilt my head 45 degrees to my left, and go, nice. So, guess I'm getting older.
There's pictures we need to hang up too.
Oh, yeah. I should get on that.
All right.
So, thanks for tuning in. Remember, check out Prestige Labs and Muscle Egg for all your nutritional needs so you can reach your health and fitness goals as soon as possible. And if you really want to guarantee those results, obviously seek out your favorite trainers at Overdrive Fitness, and we will guarantee that we get you there. So, tune in next week for another episode of Overdrive AF. This is Destroyer, Teddy, and Gina checking out. Signing out. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.